Imagine you're on a dream vacation. You are going to visit places like Bali and Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam and Bangkok in Thailand and Singapore, all aboard a smaller, more intimate ship. I mean, it sounds perfect, right? Well, I am going to be honest with you. After 10 nights, we only have one night left tonight. I have mixed feelings. In some ways, I am a bit disappointed. Now, this is my fourth NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line cruise, and there was definitely highlights. But there are also some things that we didn't like as much. Both of us feel just a little disappointed at the end of this cruise. So let me dive into the highs and the lows so you can make a decision if this cruise is right for you. So we chose this cruise because of the itinerary. I always wanted to go to Bali, wanted to see the beaches, the monkey forest, and all the sights. And my husband loved the idea of going to Vietnam because he's a pho addict. And this way he could have some authentic pho right in Ho Chi Minh City. And I wanted to show him the sights of Bangkok in Thailand because I had been there before and I have marvelous memories of it. And I wanted to share the sights with him. And we liked the idea of being on a smaller ship. This only has less than 2,000 passengers. And we'd actually been on the Sun before. It was probably maybe over a decade ago. We ventured with my youngest son to Alaska on the NCL Sun. And at that time, the ship was really showing its age then and definitely needed a refurbishment, which it did get. And I have to admit, the ship overall is in good condition. I understand that it will be going through a refurbishment again either next year or the year after. But yes, our stateroom is a bit dated, but otherwise the ship is in good condition. And you know what I love? It's very retro. I love the glass elevators. I think that is so neat. So first, I want to go into the positives. And number one, like it has been on every single NCL cruise we've ever been on, is the crew. They make our cruise. They are friendly, accommodating, and truly made us feel welcome. From the moment we stepped on board, the staff went out of their way to ensure that we were comfortable. Our stateroom steward was fantastic and did an excellent job cleaning our room. The washy people did remind us to wash our hands, and as far as I know, there has been no outbreak of any norovirus on the ship. So, yay, washy people. So, kudos to the NCL staff. Now, number two, as I mentioned, the itinerary. The ports were fantastic. Each stop was filled with cultural experiences, fantastic food, and vibrant sight. Now, we skipped the ship excursions. The only one we're going on is tomorrow, and that's a tour of Singapore before we get in our airplane and fly home. Otherwise, we did all of our tours by locals, and they were fantastic. These private tours, it was just us on the tour with the guide and the driver, gave us a lot more flexibility. It allowed us to experience places on our own with the itinerary that we wanted, and we didn't have to be herded in huge groups and get off a big bus. So, definite plus. So we spent 2 days on Bali before we got on our ship, and it was fantastic. We loved seeing the temples and the rice terraces, and of course, the beaches and the monkey forest. Those monkeys were hilarious, and we even had them at our hotel. And then we also loved going snorkeling in Lombok, and then going to Borobudur. I said it wrong, but anyway, a fantastic temple in our port was Semarang. And then in Ho Chi Minh City, We got to see some of the sights, like the post office and the reunification monument. And my husband did have his authentic pho in a restaurant there. You know what? He thought it was good, but it wasn't quite as good as the Vietnamese restaurant in his hometown. He thought they had a richer broth. And then Bangkok. We toured with Angela, and it was absolutely amazing. Those temples, it was a sunny, very hot day. I think it was in the 90s, but all the glitter, it was like they were looking like jewels, temples, and the big Buddhas, and it was just marvelous. And we had some of the best Thai food I've ever had there. I had the pork belly curry, and it was fantastic. Can't wait to get home and try to find a recipe to make that. And of course, tomorrow we stop in Singapore. It's our last stop, and we get to explore that city too. So the itinerary was important to us. Now, I see a lot of people complaining about embarkation day, when they get on the boat for the first time. This time it was very well scheduled, hardly any line at all. Everything went like clockwork. So kudos, NCL, for that. And then our room. We had a ocean view stateroom. And yes, it's very small, but it really did meet our needs. It was very clean and extremely quiet. And we really enjoyed having a quiet space when we came back from the very, very busy ports. And another plus, probably because this is a smaller ship, there was no real long lines at the buffet, or when you're waiting for elevators, or disembarking for excursions. And that is definitely a plus. And I loved the promenade deck. It wraps entirely around the ship. You walk it outside, and 3.5 times rotation gives you 1 mile. So it really came in helpful for me to get in my 10,000 step goal a day. And this is gonna sound funny, but the bread and rolls. NCL always has fantastic French bread and rolls. They're crusty on the outside. They are just so good. And then, yes, the ice cream. Of course, they have the soft serve, but they also have ice cream with different flavors every day. And it is really good.
Hi, I'll take a double dip of the coconut in a bowl.
So I have to list that as a plus. Number 1, the negatives. And this was the food. We were disappointed. Most of the meals were mediocre at best. The meat was overdone. It was cooked too long and sometimes not tender. And other than the watermelon, the fruit really wasn't ripe. It just was not like on our past cruises. Sure, did we get our full? Yes. At night they have a pasta bar. They will even make crepes for you. They have a very large salad bar, and you have your entrees, and you could have hot dogs or hamburgers also, French fries. Really, there was quite a bit of variety, but it just was, the quality was not like we remembered on past cruises. And the drinks. Now, we did not get the drink package this time. So maybe we're feeling a little more critical because we are buying each drink when we drink it, right? And our first drink, we had one right when we got on the ship because we were very hot and we wanted something cold. So we had the mango melt, and it was delicious. So we thought, hey, we'll have one more. And it wasn't nearly as sweet, didn't have a little red, I don't know, was that grenadine in it, whatever. Yeah, it just wasn't that great. But okay, one bad drink. Well, over the time, I ordered one beer, a Bud Light, in a can, and it was cool, but not really cold. I like it frosty, so I was disappointed. We also ordered mudslides because I remember from our past cruise, we really enjoyed those. And this was very watered down. Today I had my husband and I shared one, strawberry daiquiri. Again, just watered down taste. Not great. So yeah, we were a bit disappointed. And supposedly NCL has changed to allow more quality alcohol in your package. I don't know. Our drinks just weren't good. My camera just fell over. I have it on the bed, and depending on what the boat's doing, yeah, sometimes it doesn't stay up vertically. Anyway, the next thing was, I thought there really wasn't enough planned activities on sea days. This was 11-night cruise, and we actually had 5 full sea days. And a lot of the activities were what I call the pay-to-play activities, you know, like bingo and let's make a deal. There were some dancing classes. Well, either my husband and I dance. And of course, there was the pool. And again, not big in going into chlorinated pools, and don't really lay out in the sun. So that didn't interest me as much. I did, however, end up doing work. I had brought my laptop so I could work on videos, and I could also work on things for my job. And I read, well, I think by tomorrow I'll have 4 books read. So that kind of tells you. Now, let me just kind of show you here. Okay, so there is sun salutation and cardio dance fitness. I didn't do that today. Then there is Battle of the Cake Masters, which I think would have been fun. It was at 10 o'clock and we missed that. A shuffleboard tournament, a disco fitness class with dancer Ruby, a Deal or No Deal game show to win up to $5,000, Nintendo Switch tennis tournament, an insanity challenge, not sure what that is, and karaoke at night, and then there's the farewell party with the DJ in the mix. And yes, there are various venues playing music, and of course they have a very nice exercise area, you know, fitness area, and I should have been in there, but I wasn't. But anyway, it just seemed like there should have been a little bit more. Occasionally there's trivia, and those are always fun, but it just didn't seem like there was much planned entertainment, and it would have been interesting to hear talks about the ports we're going to. I think we all would have enjoyed that. So to me, little negative. And now a big one, and that was the internet. I paid $340 extra for the Starlink high-speed internet package, and I had done that before for my transatlantic cruise, and I was really impressed how I was able to link back at work, do everything I needed to do, even stream a movie. It was fantastic. Well, this time around, not as much. Often I'd get a message, I can't link, or I'm in and then I get disconnected, or it told me I didn't have enough bandwidth to do something. And it was amazing how long it took me to upload one video to YouTube. So I think for the money, I should have had much better streaming service. And, you know, I talked about what's to do, but also the entertainment. You know, before, and again, on a bigger ship, but we had more like Broadway type shows, and there was a Beatles tribute band that was really good. It just seemed like higher quality productions. And we went to one on here that was a magician, and that was good. And last night we went to one with the Sun performance players and doing various rock songs, and the dancing was fantastic, but to be honest, the sound system wasn't quite right, and very often the horns seemed to be blaring too loudly when a person was singing, and things just wasn't mixed well. So, singer and dancers talented, but the overall production had some problems. And last, this is important to my husband only, but he likes having his nightly cigar. And there aren't any enclosed, not on a deck, smoking areas on the Sun. So if you want to smoke, you have to be on the deck. I think it's level 12. They do have umbrellas that come out, but if it's a very, very windy day, that makes it difficult, or if it rains. So he wishes he would have an alternative, like he has had on some of our other cruises, as an indoor smoking room also. Again, affected him, didn't affect me. So as this cruise comes to an end, my husband and I are basically reevaluating our loyalty to Norwegian. I mean, we like the casual atmosphere. You can, just wear comfortable clothes and go to dinner whenever you want to eat. We really enjoy that. But this cruise, I'm not sure if we got as much value for the money we spent. The food was a bit lackluster, the drinks very inconsistent in quality, and limited entertainment really make us question whether we will take another NCL cruise in the future. Now, of course, if it's a fantastic itinerary, I'm sure we probably will. But we are going to explore some other cruise lines like Princess or Celebrity and really judge the quality for the amount of money you pay. Now, we already had booked this fall. We are going on a very small cruise ship. It is Windstar, and we will be in Tahiti. And we know that's a much more expensive cruise, so you can't really compare it to NCL. But in 2026, will we be on an NCL ship again? I have to be honest, I really don't know. Now, I'd love to know if you could comment below, what has been your experience lately on NCL? Have you seen quality drop? Is it just the same? Comment below. Thank you.